phone. It's me, Clinton. This is the Words of Mine podcast. Guess what happened? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I saw the time. I was 19 minutes into this podcast episode, and then I realized that the video episode is recording and the audio is not recording. And the audio recorder was looking at me the whole time, but I wasn't paying attention to it because I was telling a very interesting story that you're gonna hear again. And this time I have gone past all the cringe. There's a lot of background noise in the past, like the last one. I'm pretty sure there will be no noise in this one, so it'll be chic. I took in the last 3 months, I have only released tops 4 episode. I don't know what's wrong. It's just been really uh but I want to get back. Now I have I have sort of a set, like exactly what you're seeing now, like propped up on the table. My laptop's right there. I'm here talking to you. My hands are free. I only have to consider what shirt I'm wearing now. Like I don't have to consider the trousers or blah blah blah. I could literally be naked, but you would never know. And if you're listening, it's the same for you. I've not gotten a new mic, but I will get a new mic eventually, maybe in next year, in 2 years, who knows. But it's still the same listening quality that you guys are used to, except for when I do those stupid outdoor episodes where I try my best to sound human, but there's so much wind or cars passing by that it's irritating to listen to. But I had to release it still. The person I spoke about on that episode, I'm not talking to that person anymore. I am considering going to date people who are around my age or slightly older than me, not drastically old, 50-year-olds, because yeah, all of the 50-year-olds I've involved myself with are really irritating and really annoying, in a very serious way. They're so not disgusting in their body, disgusting in their minds. And I know it's not their faults, and I know it's because of the um times they grew up in, but yeah, no, literally, I I would tell you this person's situation. I can't even tell you this person's situation in the story I'm going to tell you today. But anyways, so let me tell you what happened. This person that I told you about last week. This person offered for I don't know if I said it in last week's episode or whatever. This person offered for us to go on a walk, and then I was like, cool, because the person invited me to their place, and I was like, okay, let's go on a walk back to your place, because the person was going to come to the bus station, the bus stop, and then the person was like, no, we should actually go on a walk in the park or around the city. I was like, you never said that. You said I, I thought when the person said walk, I thought the person just meant walk back to their place. But and then the person offered for us to go get to sit down outside and drink a cup of tea. I was like, no, and then after that, we went to the person's house. We chicka chicka bang bang. We chicka chicka bang bang, and then the person texted me days later. I hate people like this, and I did not want to ever give a reaction. And I know filming this episode, obviously, this person not gonna watch this podcast episode, see my reaction. Obviously, I like not giving a reaction to anybody or anything. I like having control at all times. If you've listened to this podcast, you know I struggle with control. I love being in the I love being the puppeteer. I love having control over every single aspect of my life. I'm letting go of that slowly, but I think it's something I truly struggle with. So I followed this person on Instagram. This person followed me on a private Instagram, and this story I'm about to say is not as wild as the story that this podcast episode is for. But um, and then after I like declined going for tea because I was like, I have to like mentally prepare that like a bunch of people are gonna see me with like this 50-year-old. Like truly, what if someone I know walks past? Like, what would I say? What would I say? It's not that the person is it's not like the person is like my age mates. The person is 30 years older than me. And I don't have a problem with age. I just have a problem with the age being viewed by the public. Like the age gap being viewed by the public. I don't have a problem with anybody's age. Anyways, so I was like really struggling with that. That was why I didn't like go on like for like the tea. And then I told the person like I budget my money. That's why I could not go for the tea. And the person was like, "Oh no, it's like £3." I was like, "Yeah, I literally did not think I was spending that £3 for the tea, so I can go." And then like, anyways, later on, the person texted me and I was like, "I don't think we're a match because you cannot go out to a tea, blah blah blah." And then I was like, "Blah blah." I wish I could just like read. I'll just check what I wrote for you. And then I was like, I don't think it's like the tea stuff. I think it's from like the day one. I literally thought that this was not gonna become any like anything serious. Yeah, I was like, thank you for reaching back out to me. Blah 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 blah. It's not the age gap, genuinely. And da da da. Um, yeah. Anyways, I told this person, no, truly, the first time I met up with this person was like talking about other people that he had met up with, and I was like, this is strange. I don't think. Anyways, and this person was like somebody I liked at the gym. That's why I literally went. If not, I would have never gone because I ghost many of people. Anyways, so this person and I we exchanged Instagram. Should I give these people names? I think I should because I'm not gonna tell you their real names. I'm just gonna give them like random names. So Sharpener and I, that's the name I'm giving this person. Sharpener and I, exchange Instagrams, and like Sharpener had a personal Instagram and a fitness Instagram, so I followed both. And this Sharpener followed me with my only account, my only Instagram account, except for like the Where's My Mind Instagram account. I did not tell Sharpener about like Where's My Mind, obviously. Um, Sharpener followed the my personal Instagram account, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And then after I said I could not like sit and wait for coffee, like tea, Sharpener stopped responding. I was like, okay, if you don't want to talk anymore, don't talk. I don't give a damn. Like, there are other people to talk to. Truly, there are truly other people to talk to. And then I left. Not left. I just like checked out, or like like stopped like texting Sharpener. And a couple of days later, like Sharpener reached back out to me and like told me like exactly what I told you, that they don't want to like do it because of like the T stuff and like the age gap stuff. I was like, I don't really care about your age, blah blah blah. But I anyway, anyways, I think no, I don't have a problem with the age. I just have a problem with like I need to like acclimatize or like be slowly like revealed with like this older person, not like a hard launch. I've never hard launched anything like the EP that's coming out soon. I've like soft launched it. The EP is coming out in December next year. I've been talking about the EP since January of this year. So that's how I like do my things. I like things going slow and like one step at a time. Unless when I'm like suffering from my binge into unless when I'm suffering from my binge eating disorder, like right now, I'm suffering from like a very bad relapse. Anyways, so this person followed me on their Instagram and like they're like both of their accounts and made me unfollow them on one their personal accounts. You know you can make someone unfollow you on their personal account. But anyways, and left me as a follower on their like fitness account. Do you know what I did? I acted like I did not notice that this person will follow me because I was not gonna raise that point because I think to be 54 and petty is like to be that petty at 54 is psychotic. To care a lot about Instagram in your 50s is something to go see the doctors for. Sorry, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Uh, I hope I 27, I don't care a lot about I don't care about a lot about Instagram right now, but I hope at 27 I don't care about Instagram at all, because I think to care that much about social media is truly a disease in my opinion. Anyways, so that happened, and I was like, I'm not gonna respond like I'm not going to like react to like this person like doing that. I was not gonna like block the person or do whatever. I was just gonna like continue posting my stuff. I used to get only 10 views on Instagram. Now I get like 50 views. Like that's a lot. That's a big. I only post on Instagram stories anyways. But that's like a big like change because I don't like posting permanently. I just hate it. I like posting like once, and if you saw it, you saw it. If you did not see it, suit yourself. Um, so this person did that, blah blah blah, and then a couple days later, or like after then the person was like, oh, we should arrange a friends with benefits situation. Then I was like, oh, that's cool, like whatever, like text me when you're like free for like a chicka chicka bang bang. Then Sharpener, then Sharpener texted me a couple days ago now, and then I went over and we chicka chicka bang bang, but like it's in my opinion very like psychotic in my opinion. I did not bring this up in person. I think I would have to like explain like who I was when I met this individual. When I like was going to meet this individual the first time, I chose to like be more confident, more talkative, a less like a different version of myself. I wanted to be like a more confident version of myself when meeting this person. And then this second time when I met this person, I was like, I'm not doing that for like complete like stranger now. Like not that, but I was like, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not complimenting you as much as I did when I was like thinking it was gonna be something. So I did not say a word. I just like and left and left. Like that's all that happened. Like, anyways, and then the person was like talking about Instagram and like you see. I think the person thinks I was gonna bring up the Instagram stuff I don't know what the person was thinking. I can't think about what people are thinking. It just like pulls me in like a cycle of like, I can't do that anymore. But like the person was like showing me like this person from their gym, and the person like emphasized that they followed the person their personal Instagram. Then I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then they're showing me the person's photo. I was like, oh, that's very Instagram photos. Slight dig. If you don't get that dig, you would not like understand. Anyways, um, yeah, I don't. I think at 45, 45 is still young. I think at 54, you should have like you should not care about Instagram as much. Hot take. Maybe that's not a hot take. Maybe that's just reality. At 45, you should not care a lot about Instagram. Or 55, 54, sorry. Now, let's go to this individual that I'm going to call Gummy for the story. Gummy started on a Thursday in an app that we all know. Gummy texted me. I think I was like looking for something serious, and Gummy was like, "Oh, they're looking for something serious too." So I was like, "There's okay." Sharpener was white. Anyways, I have to like I have to preface this with the races because Gummy's story is insane. Like, anyways, Gummy is black. That is like a good way to like give you like the cycle. Um, so I had never like been like a black person before. Shocker. I don't think we are shocked. But um so like the week before I met Gummy, or like texted with Gummy, I was speaking to somebody else. Let's name that person Water Bottle. And that person was also black. And then I like suggested because I wasn't like really into that black person, but I was like, that sounded really wrong. Like I was like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, just like I just did not feel this person was like in the same wavelength as I was. And then I like told the person, let's schedule a call. And the person was like, who schedules a call? If you want to call, call. I was like, no, we're going to schedule this call for Saturday, 4 o'clock. So I'm mentally prepared for like this call. I know it sounds like now saying it to you, it sounds very like like neurotic, but or psychotic. But I said that to the person, and the person was like, okay, whatever. And then I called the person the first time, the person did not respond, and the second time the person responded, and then I wanted a conversation, and the person just like did not want to speak. And guess what I did? I literally told the person, "Oh, sorry," like literally spoke to the person like they were applying for a job. I was like, "Sorry, I don't think that it's gonna work because yeah, da 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 da." Okay, goodbye, blocked. That's exactly what I did. So that's what had happened like that Saturday. Now, on to Sunday and Thursday, sorry. I'm texting with this other black person. This black person is like, no, at first, it was really strange because on the person's profile, the person said only black people. And I was like, this white person, I thought, because I thought it was like a white person. I was like, this person is psychotic. Like, why would you say that? Anyways, so I texted the person to like just because that's why I texted the person. I was like, why would you like discriminate? Like, not discriminate, but why would you like fetishize black people like that? And then the person was like, they're black. And it was, and then I pulled it up with the person. Anyways, then we exchanged like contact on the app, and then we moved to like Snapchat. And then I was talking to the person on Snapchat, and I realized the person was like an actual person. Then I gave the person my number, and then we spoke on the phone for like 2 hours. And then the person on the call the first time said that they had 2 kids, and I was like, okay, that's interesting, but it's okay. Then I asked the person their age. The person was like younger than I usually go for. Like, the person was like 34. Yeah. And I was like, oh, chill. That's really chill. So, a couple days later, no, the next day, the person was like, we should meet up. I literally just told the story, so like it's like leaving my memory already. The next day, the person was like, we should meet up, and I was like, chill, like yeah, let's meet up. And then we went to like Portobello, and we're talking in Portobello, and then when we met in person, the person was like, they had 4 kids, and 2 of them are halal, and 2 of them are haram. Like in the call, they only told me about the halal kids. Yeah, the person's Muslim. Um, I was like, okay. And then I spoke to my chat after like meeting this person on that like Friday, and my chat was like, "This person is a walking red flag. Like, end this thing." And I was like, "No, you don't know anything. You literally don't know anything. Like, this person's a good person. Blah blah blah." Then I was speaking to the back to the Friday. We're talking, and this person's like, they're straight. I was like, "Bro, if you were straight, if like, what did I call this person just now? Gummy, right? Yeah, that's the person." I was like, "Gummy, if you were straight, like, number one, you'd not be here. I will not be sitting in this vehicle. Like, I'm in an alternate universe where like, I'm so confused." And then, um, the person the person was just talking, and I was like, "Oh, chill." And then I told the person like, "Oh, I don't use my phone a lot on Saturdays because I like taking a break on Saturdays, so my phone, blah blah blah. Like, if I don't text you, blah 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 blah." And the person like, chill, chill, chill. Then the person was like texting on Saturday. I was like, I'm pretty sure I told this person yesterday. And I also told the person I don't like telling people where I live because I am the most paranoid person on the planet. If one person knows where I live, I feel like like the whole world knows where I live. It just makes me so anxious to let like individuals know where I live. So like I for the longest time I used to lie about like not because I was embarrassed of about where I lived. I just didn't want people to know exactly where I lived. So like lie and say I was like in a different part of the city so people think I lived there. And sometimes I'll go, sometimes in my old church, I would go as far as to take the bus to the place I lied about. And then afterwards, walk around if everybody leaves, take the bus home. I don't know, I'm just really paranoid. So I told this person these two like big deals about myself. And then the person was like, chill. And then Saturday, this person was like calling me. I was like, I'm not responding, obviously. We both know I'm not gonna respond to this. And then Sunday, this was like when like I should have known and I would have not like met up with this person on Monday. But this person like suggested we meet on Monday, on Friday. And I was like, chill, yeah. So on Sunday we were talking and then this person like started like got me started using the love emoji and like love stuff. I was like, like I don't see how that's possible in like less than 72 hours, give or take. And out of the 72 hours, we have only known each other for like we've only actually spoken or like interacted for from every include all the calls, text, and that meeting less than 10 hours. I don't know how you can go from total strangers to lovers in less than 10 hours. Even Cinderella, yeah, Cinderella is a crazy person who did that in less than an hour, but that's not possible. I was like, that is not possible in any stretch of my imagination. I don't believe that that's possible. I don't believe that you can start using. Anyways, I thought it was just like maybe a cultural difference because like I had only like texted white people and like they never like moved that forward. So I was like, okay. So we met on Monday, and then we're like about to wait chicken bang bang, and then like just fellatio, and then I was like, this person should like get me off or like fellatio me. And guess what happened? The person was like, no, that there's. I was like, are we in an alternate universe where you're not in bed? Like, I'm so confused. And then this was so irritating to me. And then the person finished, guess like finished and stood up and went to have a shower and left me, and I did not finish the whole time till I left that place and got home the next morning. And then after the person came out from the shower, I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore because I don't think I want to continue this because I think this is like going to like end like I can't give you what you're looking for because the person was like asking to like I was like I can't give you what you're looking for and like I don't think I can like tolerate someone like you. You're like very weird. Like the conversations were okay, but like it the compatibility in bed is like zero. And then the person was like, "But I really want to like be with you." I was like, "No." And then the person was like, "I have something to say." Then I was like, "Say what you want to say." In my head, I already knew, but I was like, "For sure, that's not what this person is gonna say." I was like, I could bet my life. Thank God I did not bet my life, but I was like, in my head, I was like, I could bet my life. No one in their right state of mind, and I don't drink alcohol, so this person doesn't drink alcohol. They're Muslim. But I was like, no one in their right state of mind will ever do something as foolish as that. Guess what? Then the person was like, I love you. Anyways, I almost killed myself. Um, if you listen to the Pandemonium Ambulance, I don't know if this song is coming out when the EP comes out. I don't know which songs are coming out. I have a song called "The First I Love You," and that was all about this incident. So the lyrics goes, "The first I love you in a stranger's bed. I never felt this unfortunate. Wait, I say." I'd like to go back to the night before we matched, before I said hello, before the first I loved you. Anyways, that's like a line from the song. Like some lyrics from the song. Um, so that's what happened. And then in the car ride, I was like, maybe I could like teach this person to be like a better person, or and I enjoyed the conversations I was having with this person. I was like, I could teach this person and shape this person up to like become what I want. I could not. Spoilers. Um, I want to also say this here. I always thought of myself as someone who would always be the lover, or like the person who gives the love to the other person, and like maybe the other person tolerates me and like keeps me along. I never saw myself as the person who's being loved on and like is trying to tolerate. Honestly, truly, I never saw myself as that. And is trying to like tolerate this individual, not because the person is ugly or the person is like not what I was looking for, but I never saw that for myself. And that's like I don't know if this is a song or I just like wrote this down on my notes, but I wrote down on my notes, I have loved. I've told you about my love story. I'm going to tell you again next week in like the story episode that's coming out next week. I have loved. I have crushed. I have been loved now. And I have been crushed down because somebody told me about someone who had a crush on me. So I think like it's like it's just like really shocking to me that this would happen. If you told me when I was younger that this would happen, I would have thought. I don't think that's love too. I think that was like the greatest form of infatuation and like greatest form of like, what if I like love bomb this person enough to like think that they can't do anything without me. And little did this person know, I listened to many a podcast, watch many a podcast. Brooks Schofield has told me about the love bombing strategy. I know where I know a love bomb when I see one. And that smelt like a love bomb. Anyways, after that like situation and I decided I want to meet again, the person was like really sad. So I was like, okay, maybe we could meet again. Maybe you could just like hang out or like see where this goes. I was like, let's see where this goes in the Tuesday morning when the person was dropping me back off at home. I was like, let's see where this goes. If it goes well, it goes well. And if it doesn't, we'll go our separate ways. So this person was like texting me all the time. I was like, I can't, like, I just can't, like, I don't know. I could not, I could not text this person all the time. Like, I'm a human being. I have other things to do, like scroll on TikTok. Like, and like, whatever, we're not talking about anything like significant. We're talking about mornings, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, and after all of this, I left. After all of this, I left. Like we're just hanging out, like going to places. I was like, oh, we could go this place or go to this place. So that was the first time I like tried to end the date. That was that like on that Monday when the person said I love you. 2 weeks later, we're talking about something, and the person was like, they need a massage, and I was like, okay, then go get a massage. And then the person was like, um, I would not like. What if I go get a massage and the person like touch my genitalia? I was like, fine. Like, I don't give it to him. Like, then the person was like, how can you say that if we're in like a relationship? I was like, in my head, I was like, bro, I don't think we're in a relationship. Like, nobody asked me anything, but um, the person, if we're in a relationship, you should want to, like, you should want to like give me a massage. I was like, no, sorry, no. And then, y'all, and then the person was like, if I see you, if it's me and anyone touch you, I will kill them. I was like, bro, like don't go that far. Like that's psychotic to say out loud. Um, that's not a sensible thing to say. Like chill. And then the person was like, "Oh, you're taking everything too serious." I was like, "Yes, it's a serious situation that you said you were gonna kill somebody for no reason, just for a massage." And then that happened. And that night, where I was like, "Oh, like I don't think I'm gonna be able to like talk all night tonight, so um I would just like chill because I really need to like rest my head. I was really tired." And then eventually, like 12 o'clock, I called the person. I caved and called the person. And then we're talking, and the person was like, "Do you have anything to say to me?" After 2 weeks, literally have like let's say 2 weeks and some change, like literally 2 weeks and some change. I was like, "I care about you," and then the person was like, "Okay." I was like, "I think I care about every single person. And truly, I care about every single person on the planet. So I do not have a problem with like saying that. But I don't think no. I did not believe. I was not even gonna talk about this person until like 6 weeks into like the situation. I had already titled the episode, obviously, but like I wasn't gonna talk about the person on the podcast until like 6 weeks. Um, and then that day, I was like, "I don't know what you're looking for. I don't think I am what you're looking for. I don't think I have what it takes to like give you what you're looking for. I don't think I can tell someone I love you after just knowing the person for like 2 weeks. Like I think it's impossible to love someone in that short like span of a time. I think it's truly impossible. Like there's no way to like love someone in that short span of a time." And then the person was like silent, and then I was like, "I think this situation just has to end, Gummy. I think it would just be better off for like both parties for like this situation to like for this situation to end." And then um I didn't end the call, and then Gummy was talking and like saying a lot of things. Da 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 da. And then I was like, "Let me explain why." Like I'm trying to like explain to you that it's impossible to like love. So Gummy was like, "I've given you. You said you wanted time. I've given you time. Time is 2 weeks. That's crazy." Um, 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 yeah. So, so that's what happened there, and then it ended. So 3 weeks, no, 3 days passed. I did not do anything. Gummy did not do anything. Like I did not text anyone. I did not block anyone because I don't believe in blocking people. Then I still don't believe in blocking people now. So Gummy, like no, so I called Gummy, and then Gummy picks up immediately, and then I was like, "Oh, do you want to like hang out?" Blah blah blah, and then Gummy like drove to like the bus stop where I like usually meets this person, and then picks me up. Blah blah blah. And then we're talking, and Gummy was like, "I missed you." And I was like, "Why did you not call?" I never said I missed you because I'm not a good person. And I think I did say I missed you because I truly missed this person because like this was the person I was talking to like every day for like 2 weeks. So I was like, there was nobody to talk to anymore. So it's like I missed you too. Blah blah. Um. Eventually, it started off. It started again, and this time it became like more like sensual based, like more sexual based. It was I saw it as like a way to like just release tension. And we're talking about like because Gummy was like, "Oh, they've only been with two people," and I was like, "I have been with over 40 people," and the person was like, "Oh, this was like what made me like really turn off, like truly." But I did not leave then because I did not know I did not want to be the person to like end it again because I just felt like every single time I end it, like it just feel like it's not like ending, and I wanted this time for this individual to end it. So I was like saying every single thing. I was like, "Yes, I've like slept with white people." Anyways, I was like, "I've slept with white people and like South Asian people, blah blah blah." And then the person was like, ew, how did you do? And then I was like, I literally like every single person. I'm like, I don't have a preference. Like 50, I don't like younger people, but like um older and like anybody, chill. Like, and then this person was like, ew, blah blah blah. I can't do that. So you kissed other people with his lips. I was like, yeah, I'm not wrong. Little did you know that when we're not talking, I literally had sex with somebody that day. Like when we're not speaking, that in that 3 days. But how would you know? Anyways, because I was talking to 4 people at once at that time, but not anymore. Now I'm only talking to one person that I hope like turns into something. Anyways, um, so we're like talking about that, and they got me. I was like, you can't talk about. I was like, you can't talk bad about like white people in front of me, or like in front of anybody. Like, why we talk about bad about like white people or like anybody? Imagine like they were talking bad about like or white people were talking about black people, and like, even if like any white person is talking about it, but any like I would want if two white people are sitting together and like a white person is talking about bad about a black person, the second white person is like pulling the person up, and I was pulling this black person up, like don't talk about like we're all humans at the end of the day. There's like literally a tiny bit of difference. And then we we went off. I don't know what ended it. The person was like we hadn't like met in like the room for like 4 weeks now. And the person was like, we should meet in the room again. I was like, okay, chill. When? Then the person was like, um, they'll book a room for next week. I was like, okay. And then the person we're like in a field. Let me paint a picture for you. We're in a field. It's like dark out. You can see like houses in like the distance. It's like the lights and houses in the distance. It's like 2 a.m. or like 1:30 something. And then we're holding hands, like spinning the grass. Oh my god! And then the person was like, "Would you let me, like, fuck you?" I was like, "No, because I don't want to." And PSA, no PSA. Note: this person, no, before, so, I I hate comparing people, but like this person was the smallest genitalia I've ever seen. Aside from like the person I did not cheat. Like we were not like talking to each other. The other person I had like seen when I was not talking to this person that in that 3 days, that person had the smallest genitalia I've ever seen in my life. But this person also has a small genitalia. I just think that was like a small genitalia period in my life. And then, I'm not a good person. And then um, the person was like, "So I can't do this." And then I was like, "Okay, can you drop me off at home now?" And then I pretended like I was sad. So me not responding to the person text makes a lot of sense. I was the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And that's how that situation ended. So that would have been where the story ended. Like if I told you the story 3 weeks ago. But that's not where the story ended. That's so after 2 weeks of not like talking to this person, after this person I had ended it, this person texted me. I was like, what's going on? And the person like texted me and then and called me, and I was like, I'm not picking up. So I had like this person I go to. Let's name this person. What's on my table? Pencil. I go to. I've been seeing this person for like 2 years straight, like 2 years now, like just for like hookups. Anyways, I was going to this person's house, and then after like the hookup with this person, the hookup was like weird because the person was like acting weird. And then after every single thing, like I came down, and then I I was just like, oh, let me see where Gummy is, and like talk to Gummy while I'm like going home, walking home. And then I was like, oh, Gummy, where are you? And then Gummy was like, he's literally, give or take, a 30-second drive away from where I am. And I was like, okay, do you want to like? Then Gummy was like, tell me where you are. Then Gummy drove and like hopped into the car. Then Gummy was like, what were you doing in this place? I was like, oh yeah, my cousin lives here. I just came to say hello. Was I gonna say the truth? What do you have said the truth? I'm telling you the truth because you are listening, literally listening to this podcast. Anyways, and I was like, yeah, my cousin lives here, so I came to say hello to my cousin. And then we drove and then went to like the same spot I was telling you where the person like asked me if they could like fuck me, and I was like, no. And we went drove to the same spot, and like we're just talking, and this person, like Gummy, pulled my face. I was like looking straight, like the way I'm looking at you, pulled my face to the side of like and like kissed me. I was like, I was so confused. I was like, and then it was like, suck it, suck it. Anyways, I did not suck it, but I like slowly left, and then I was like, I don't think I want to do this in my head, but I never said it out loud. And then Gummy was like talking about like they have holiday, they're going on holiday somewhere. I was like, oh, that's so nice. Then was like talking like bad. It was like, you Africans, you guys don't like spending money. And like the whole time, like there's like a line this like person used to say, because I'm Nigerian. The person was like, Nigerians, they don't know how to love. I was like, I don't have the energy to like argue. Um, I think I'm like I know how to love people. Like I literally told you I'm gonna like retell it again because I think when I said it last year, I like changed like the genders of like one of the character, but I'm gonna like use like pseudonyms still to like protect every single person. Well, not protect, or like not like reveal every single person to the public. But it would have been really fun if I could like tell you like the names of the people. Um, so then he said that. Then he dropped me off at home, and I was like, "See you soon," or "See you." And I think I said "See you" when I see you. And then he was like, "I'll text you tomorrow." And then he texted, and I didn't reply because I made that mistake before. And yeah, so that's what I was in. The situation I was in. The person was in a relationship, but I don't think I was ever in that relationship even for 1 second. I enjoy talking to the person, but I enjoy being like sane even more. Truly, that's all that has been on my mind for this week. And I'm trying to get back into reading. I haven't been reading as much as I should. I'm reading The Martyr, and I'll speak to you next week.